Welcome to the Word on Woodward. I'm your host, Daniella Bruce, alongside my co-host, Art Regner, and joining us today, Red Wings defenseman Marc Staal. Marc, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, and I promise we are going to talk some Red Wings hockey and the current state of the team, but I am so fascinated by your family. There are four of you. You, your brother Jared, Jordan, and Eric, right? Did I get them all? Okay, there we go. And all four of you have made it to the NHL and played at the NHL level. What was it like growing up in a family with four boys that were trying to get to the NHL?
I mean, it was awesome. It was busy for my parents. I mean, but it was fun. I mean, we were kind of a typical Canadian family. We had a rink in our backyard and spent a lot of time out there just playing and and going to hockey tournaments, doing all that stuff you do as a kid, growing up playing hockey, and it was a lot of fun. And I think obviously all of us are competitive, and I think we just ended up, not even knowing we're pushing each other and just kept on kind of pushing each other to be better. And we were all able to make it and play some games in the NHL, which was pretty cool.
The thing that I've noticed when I checked up on all the four Staal boys is that all of you are 6'4". Is that true? I mean, if we were to line all four of you up together, you would be even in height?
Yeah, we are all very close. I think Jordan might be the taller than me, Eric, and Jared. I think by a little bit, but we're too close to call. But yeah, we're all around 6'4".
6'4", because the reason I asked, the only difference between the Staal boys is that you're the only defenseman. How did that happen?
Yeah, that's because I wasn't good enough. That's how that happened. I think I was 8 years old, and there's a 9-year-old team, something like that, and I couldn't make it as a forward as an 8-year-old. And they asked my dad if I would play D to play in the team. My dad said sure, and I said yeah, and that's kind of it. And then when you're that young, there's only 4D, so I was on the ice a lot more. You get the double shift pretty much all game, and I loved that part of it, and it just kind of stuck.
And another strange fact about it is you are the only Staal brother, and correct me if I'm wrong, that hasn't played for the Carolina Hurricanes, right?
Yes, it's also true.
Yeah. All right, so we don't want you to leave. That's not what I'm saying here. But do you feel like you have to play for Carolina?
No, I don't. I mean, I was actually in the building when my youngest brother got called up and played the game with Jordan and Eric. I was injured at the time, but I was in the building watching, and that was a cool night. We had our parents were there, and it was a pretty special night for all of us. So, but yeah, obviously a lot of history in Carolina with the Staal family.
I have to ask you this, and it'll be the last hockey-related or non-hockey-related question from me.
That's not true. Don't let him fool you. That is not true.
Thunder Bay, Ontario, and there's a Thunder Bay, Michigan. And I guess they're across like Lake Superior or something. But anyway, the reason I'm asking you this, do you know Paul Schaefer?
I've never met Paul Schaefer, no. I know who he is, obviously.
Right, he's from Thunder Bay.
Yeah. We got a street named after him. Yeah, right in front of the auditorium. So,
So those years in New York, while the Letterman show was going on, you never ran into Paul Schaefer?
No, actually, I was on Letterman too. I did like a top 10 thing maybe my first or second year. We had 10 guys read the top 10, but he was busy, obviously, during the show, so I never got to meet him. But I know. I should have ran over and said hello.
So it goes Paul Schaefer, famous celebrity from Thunder Bay, the Staal boys.
Yeah.
All tied at 2.
I think so, yeah. It's got to be it.
All right, Marc. Well, now we will talk a little hockey and the current state of the Red Wings. You're in your second year as a Red Wing, right? And a 1-year deal, and at the end of this season, you will become an unrestricted free agent. Just describe your time in Detroit, and is this somewhere you could see yourself signing another year deal or maybe even a longer-term deal?
Yeah, I've enjoyed myself here, as I said before, and I just like the direction this team is headed, and we made some steps in comparison to last year, and we got to keep on improving on that. So, yeah, definitely a place that I've enjoyed playing, and this building has been getting fuller and fuller, and the atmosphere has been pretty awesome every home game, and we've been rolling at home. So, it's been a lot of fun.
I have to come clean with you. When your first Zoom press conference with the Detroit area press, after it was over, and you had just been traded after 13 years as a Ranger, and I actually lived in New York City for a time. I know Ranger fans, Madison Square Garden, obviously iconic venue. But we said, like as a group, boy, he has I-75 eyes, meaning he can't get out of town soon enough. He's waiting for the trade deadline. You could just see it.
Yeah.
Yet there was a transition rather quickly that you became a Red Wing and a fan favorite overnight. Why do you think that you were able to adapt so well to this environment, and the team and the fan base adapted to you?
I think I needed the change. I think I didn't realize, that going to a new organization, a new team, kind of just it got more fun for me, and I think it got more exciting. And I think in New York we had some tough years with the rebuild, and it just wasn't a place where it was almost comfortable for me anymore. And when I got traded to Detroit, I was excited, really. And then when I got here, met the guys and the people in the organization, I just felt comfortable, and I just want to come in and have fun and enjoy just playing. And it's just been it's been good ever since.
And this team has been so exciting to watch, and especially the young players, one of them being Mo Seider and Gus Lindstrom on the blue line too. And Philip Hronek still is a fairly young defenseman. What has it been like as a veteran guy, kind of, I don't even want to say taking them under your wing, but working with them and helping them get better and knowing that you are a part of that?
Yeah, no, I think, for most of the time with young guys, I mean, you talk about under your wing or helping them out, and a lot of it is just showing up and doing your job, and then they see what you're doing every day, and if you've been doing it for as long as some of the guys in our room have been doing it, that it's going to lead to success and individually. And I think that, they got a good group of young guys here, and they're competitive, very talented, so it's just been fun going to the rink and watching those guys play every game.
You're an alternate captain. You got the A this year. What does that mean to you, and is that a testament to your leadership abilities and how these young guys that we just mentioned, especially on the blue line core, really do look up to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's I'm proud to wear a letter on my jersey, and something I don't take lightly, and it was an honor to be named it this year. And yeah, I think, obviously I'm in, my 14th or 15th year, and when you play that long, leadership just comes along with it, and I try to, have a good mix of trying to keep it loose and knowing when a good time is to speak up and make sure, everyone, is keeping on the straight and narrow, and and just helping out Larks with, certain decisions along the way, and then, just go from there.
Seriously, when you look at this team and the strides, how impressive is it that a couple of guys like Raymond and Seider have made, and I know this is the best league in the world and it's difficult, it almost seems like a seamless transition that they've made, which is astounding, from a fan perspective. Yeah. What is it like playing and watching these guys acclimate themselves to this league?
Yeah, they've been impressive right from the start, and I think they're both just incredibly smart hockey players. So they think the game at a really high level, and they obviously have the skills to get it done. So, like you said, it's been pretty seamless. Obviously they're going to have some ups and downs along the way, like everybody does, and but it's been fun to watch, and they've brought our team to a new level.
Do you offer advice, or are you more of a show them on the ice, or if we were allowed in the room, would we see you interacting and, almost not so much a cheerleader rah-rah guy, but if something needs to be said, does Marc Staal stand up and say it?
Yeah, I will if I think something needs to be addressed, or, if I see someone that, looks like they're having a tough day or whatever, and, but, for the most part, the ups and downs of a season for any individual player is pretty usually pretty personal, and you kind of got to find your way. And if I can help along the way, and I'm going to do that and say that. So, like I said before, these guys they come to work. They come prepared, and they've been very professional right from the start. So, it's fun to be a part of.
When you signed your last deal, I'm sorry, Danielle, but I really wanted to ask this. When you signed your last deal, Steve gave you a no-trade clause.
Yeah.
And I asked him about it. I said, because you're a valuable player, you obviously are accomplished in this league, that maybe at the trade deadline you could be moved for an asset. People, you can't have enough defensemen. That's what Scotty Bowman told me that forever. You can never have enough defensemen. Yet he said that you earned that. He said, you know what, Marc Staal's been in this league. He wanted no trade. I had no issue, no problem with that. When a guy like Steve says that, is that like, are you like, all right, man, that's cool?
Well, yeah, he didn't have to do that. I asked for it. Just I have a young family, and you never know what's going to happen. It could still happen. You could still ask me, and things can change. But if something's going on in my family and I don't want to go anywhere, at least now I have that option to stay. And he's willing to do that, and I was thankful for that. And it's a nice sign of obviously of respect from him, and I appreciated it.
All right, last question. And we know every team has the goal of making the playoffs, right? That's the goal of playing in the NHL. And the Red Wings are, surprisingly to some people, fighting for a wild card position right now. What's the belief in the locker room like? Like I said, we know you want to make it, but what is the belief that this team can get there?
Well, it's there. I mean, we come to the rink and prepare and work every day like we're going to make it. And we've gone on some hot runs, and then we've dropped some games where we probably shouldn't have. And if you want to make the playoffs, you can't drop those games. And I think we got to learn those nights where maybe you're not the best. You got to find a way to win those games. And we got a lot of hockey left. We got to find a way to get on some runs again and take it from there. So we're started off good with the last couple wins against Buffalo, and now we got a big weekend coming up. So. We just I think we're taking it day by day and just trying to get as many points on the board as possible.
My final question, have you ever eaten a Coney dog?
A what?
A Coney dog.
A Coney dog?
Yeah, the Coney Island dog?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, was this before when you were Rangers? Was that one of the things where you would eat, or did that happen here when you became a Red Wing?
Coney, I had a Coney dog in Thunder Bay. Probably my first one. Yeah, they're around. There's a couple stands around in Thunder Bay. Yeah. Oh
okay.
Yeah. I haven't had one here yet though. This is the first time I've been in the concourse, to be honest with you.
Really?
I haven't even walked
Check it out.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
haven't even walked in here before. I usually come through the elevator into the room. So.
What do you think of the arena?
It's beautiful. Yeah, really nice. I've
Very
heard
nice.
great things, but yeah, it's really nice.
Well, Marc, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
No problem.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
And
Thanks,
a big
guys.
thank you to all of you for tuning in to another edition of The Word on Woodward. We'll see you next time.